Good afternoon, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here today. My name is Joelle and I'm the HR Director for LVMH South and Southeast Asia. So the purpose in this presentation today is to share with you more around LVMH as a group, our beautiful brands and maisons. In addition to that, what it will take to craft your career, should you wish to join us in the future. So on that note, please allow me to share my screen with you now. And we will get started. Okay, wonderful. So there is no better way for me to introduce our maisons by sharing a video with you. So allow me to start with that. Fantastic. I always get goosebumps actually watching that video. It just makes me just beam with pride, with the beautiful, incredible maisons that we have in our group. And I'm sure you saw a number of them from Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy, Fendi, Loro Piana, among many others, including Bulgari, Tag Heuer, Sephora, DFS, and the list absolutely goes on. What I'd like to do with you is also share some meaningful numbers, meaningful figures that really make LVMH the #1 and the world leader in luxury. So one thing that's very unique about LVMH is that we are a conglomerate and we ensure that our maisons operate highly decentrally, which is quite unusual. But the reason why we do this is because we believe that every single one of our maisons is unique. And every single maison needs to operate independently of one another in order to preserve its true heritage and to preserve what its main focus is going to be. So here are these meaningful numbers and meaningful figures for you to have a look at. So as you can see here, 75 exceptional maisons. And I will talk to you a bit more about what they look like and how far they date back to, as well as perhaps some of the newer ones that we have in a short while. We operate across 70 countries globally, all the way from the USA to Asia. And we're currently at 163,000 employees. The reason why we put 33,000 hires here is because actually in the last 3 years, up until 2019, we were hiring this number of employees every year. And these numbers are not something that every single company can share. We have been aggressively growing, and it's something that we are very proud to talk about and have been very proud to talk about. Another couple of very notable numbers, 4,900 plus stores. Stores, we're talking about retail stores. Retail is at the heart of the LVMH strategy. We want to ensure direct ownership in order to ensure that we can also really own the client experience that we're creating for our people. To ensure that we're close enough to the products, that we're getting the feedback that we need to be able to move forward. And finally, 53.7 billion euros. That was recorded in 2019. Now, many of you may be wondering, well, what is the current state of affairs today? When you look at the current pandemic, actually, as LVMH, we are definitely performing above the market. For the first 9 months of trading, we were only 21% down organic growth year on year. And actually in the last quarter, so quarter 3 to date, we were only down 7% organic growth year on year, really showing a marked improvement and really showing that we are going to be able to recover. We are going to bounce back. And the majority of that coming from the China and the China consumer, as you can imagine. So we talked a bit about the maisons, and don't worry, I'm not going to go through every single maison that we have across our group, but I do want to highlight that we have maisons dating back to the 13th century. Isn't that incredible? And we have new maisons. If you look at Fenty, which was created just last year, the fashion maison, which I'm sure everyone on this call has heard of, that was only 2019. So we have grown, and through significant number of acquisitions. In 2016, we acquired Nova, of course, the luxury travel and lifestyle maison. In 2017, we acquired Fenty Beauty, which is all about creating a makeup brand and skincare brand for diverse individuals. And in 2018, we acquired Belmond, which is a hotels and experiences group, really adding to that experiential portfolio that we have and that we want to be able to create. And it's diverse across wines and spirits, fashion and leather goods, perfume and cosmetics, selective retailing, watches and jewelry, and other activities from gardens to hotels to newspapers, a truly diverse portfolio. So, people make the difference. What does this mean? This is absolutely at our core as LVMH. Although we operate as a maison in a very decentralized manner, and we want to preserve, the uniqueness of each of our maisons. One thing that we do have is this red line that exists across every single one of our brands, and that's that people make the difference, as well as 3 core values that I'm going to take you through now. Our people nurture our brands and ultimately make us successful. And that's something that Bernard Arnault, our CEO, holds very true. And you can see that from the quote that he shared here. So what are our shared values? The first one is being creative and innovative. But what does that really mean? It's about encouraging curiosity and diversity, challenging, being challenged, and of course being open to ideas. It is around continually renewing what we have to offer, but also being able to stay true to our unique heritage. And a couple of examples of that, Moet and Chandon were the very first maison ever to create the very first champagne on ice. And if you look at Louis Vuitton and the way in which they have constantly reinvented themselves through different collaborations, in particular, perhaps the one with Supreme, something that actually many maisons had never done, to be able to bring streetwear with the luxury maisons is something that we really look to really drive and be at the forefront of. The next shared value is around delivering excellence. I think you can see from the video that we have, that is true excellence. The way in which we stitch every single bag with our hands, the way in which we create every watch and the detail of that, the number of years that sometimes we will wait for wines to be ready. That's about delivering excellence. We uphold standards for us and for our teams. We demonstrate passion and empathy, and we anticipate and exceed future desires. And this really came to life during the pandemic. A lot of our maisons, many of them perhaps weren't on e-commerce. A number of them had not brought the technology to the forefront. However, very quickly we were able to adapt. We were able to bring our e-commerce centers online. We were able to serve our clients remotely and without compromising too much on what that client experience looked like. And that really shows what excellence can be, especially for within our maisons. And the third shared value is cultivating an entrepreneurial spirit. It's about empowering others, risk-taking, embracing change, and looking at ambitious opportunities. I've got so many examples of this, but the one that comes to life immediately is a program that we have here at LVMH called DARE. And DARE is all about finding entrepreneurs within our organization. We will put a call out to ideas, to our employees, to reinvent what the future of luxury is going to be. After the ideas are submitted, people that are selected will go on a workshop where they can bring their ideas to life within the group. It's such an incredible opportunity for some of our people. And most recently, the workshop was held in Shanghai last year. I wanted to share a video of it today, but unfortunately I can't. Hopefully I'll be able to get the link to you through some of the materials that we have here today. Focusing on talent diversity. So we've talked about LVMH, we've talked about our maisons and the values that we hold true. But what about when it comes to our people? What does that look like? We have 163,000 employees, as I shared earlier. And when it comes to gender, at entry level, 73% are women and 27% are men. And we are very, very close to hitting 50-50 by the end of this year, meaning that at senior leadership levels, we will have 50-50, 50% women, 50% men. And that is something that we have been making a very concerted and considerate effort into achieving over the last 10 years. And we have a number of initiatives around women leadership to really drive this forward. I talked about retail and sales earlier, and these numbers just highlight its true importance. 60% of our populations are in retail and sales. And in the last 9 years, our workforce has increased by 67%. Okay, which is numbers that not many companies can really talk about, 67%. And another exciting piece is that 2/3 of our positions at senior levels are actually filled internally. So our focus on creating dynamic opportunities for our people within our group is absolutely core of what we hope to be able to achieve. And something that we hope also encourages people to want to join us, because here you can have your full career. You can work across different industries, you can work across different brands, and you can even work across different functions. And we have so many examples of where that's been the case. So crafting your career with us. I think just moving on and coming back to what I shared just a moment ago, we have a diversity of businesses, professions, and brands. And so if you were to join LVMH in the future, this is really motivating to know that you can really have a 360 career with us. So what are the key successes to having a career with us? The first is knowing the group. We operate across so many different spheres with so many different business models, so many different products and ways of doing business. And so getting to know our group through, for example, websites like The Business of Fashion, WSGN, and even getting to know some of our people and being curious about what that looks like are some of the ways in which you can do that. Being known. This is why I'm here today, and this is why I'm going to be at the Q&A later on. I would love to get to know you. I'd love for you to ask questions, and I'd love to understand more about what's on your mind. And that's one way of being known and being able to network and build your reputation across our platform. LVMH are very visible across campus, across different career fairs in Singapore and beyond. So that's also very key. And finally, knowing yourself. I believe this was very important, no matter which company you move on to. But it's also very important and very specific to LVMH, because we believe that it's so important for you to look at your skills, look at where your strengths are, and really hone in on that. We believe in following your passions and really making sure that it's a core focus of what you want to do and how you work with us as well. So just to finish off my presentation, I would like to share with you a short video of some of our retail teams. I've been talking about retail quite a lot. I hope this highlights a bit more about our culture and the way in which we like to operate.
Are we ready?
It's fast-paced,
Challenging. It's refreshing. Achieving goals.
Having fun with customers, trying new things.
our amazing, talented people. It is the #1 luxury brand.
I moved from cosmetic to watches, and I find that watches will be totally different, interesting and challenging.
It is actually an enriching experience for me. I feel that there's a real family feel right here.
Exciting career opportunities within the group.
Excellent. So this is coming to the end now of our presentation. I just want to take the opportunity to thank you very much for being here today. I am going to be joining you at the Q&A straight after this. So all the very best, and I look forward to seeing you there. I look forward to hearing the questions you have to ask. We're all ears. Thank you.